How's it going, everybody? We're almost finished with the book of Daniel. And and at that time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind with the chariots and the horsemen with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. He shall enter into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom. This very possibly could be going back to antiquity, or it's figurative speech about things taking place with the Antichrist. I mean, we just got through seeing the abomination of desolation, so I don't really have much of an opinion here. You'd have to see the previous studies as we close out this chapter. And let's just read it in the New Living. And at the time of the end, so this is talking about the end times. The king of the south will attack the king of the north, and the king of the north will storm out with chariots and charioteers and a vast navy. So I think it's very much figurative speech. He will invade various lands and sweep through them like a flood. Because remember, it ends with a flood. In the end times, there is a flood. During the end times, there is a flood. The idea of a flood during the end times is based on biblical interpretations, particularly Jesus comparing the end times to the days of Noah. Nope, that's not it. And the end shall be with a flood, Bible verse. It's in Revelation, Daniel 9:26. Okay. So Daniel 9:26, I could have swore it was in Revelation also. Let's just go to Bible Hub where we can get the King James. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, and the people of the prince shall come and destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war and desolations are determined. And if I were to go to Bible Gateway and just to make sure flood is not also in Revelation, we'll do a quick search. Filter by all. Revelation's got 2 times a flood is mentioned. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away in the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. At the end of the Batman movie in 2022, it also had a flood in Gotham. Batman movie, the flood in Gotham at the end. And so got a YouTube video of it. And so where's all this water? And so there it is right there. He's in the water, messing around in the water. He's standing in the water with a big old glowing flame. He's in the water. So Gotham is flooded. Everybody's dealing with the flood. The water's not too deep right there. Water is very deep right there, so you get the idea of the flood in Gotham as they do their symbology. Yeah, anyway. And so let's go back. Where was the flood at? What verse was the flood? Flood, 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 flood. Charioteers, vast armies sweep them like a flood. Sweep through them like a flood. Oh, so sweep through them like a flood. Well, well, hey, y'all got a real cool lesson. Know that there was a flood at the end times. Man, I am absolutely out of my mind. Drunk on coffee, way too much coffee. Drank a whole pot of coffee just to go to Whole Foods and back. In the end time shall the king of the northern whirlwind and the chariots and the horsemen, many ships, and he will enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. He shall also enter into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand. I might end up cutting that out, just not to waste y'all's time. And many countries shall be overthrown. So if you didn't see me go on searching about a flood, then you know that I cut it out. But these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver and all precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and Ethiopians shall be at his steps. But the tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy uh, and utterly to make away many. No wonder I had trouble. The King's English is killing us there in the New Living. But then the news out of the east and the north will alarm him, and he will set out great anger to destroy and obliterate many. He will stop between the glorious holy mountain and the sea and will pitch his royal tents. But while he is there, his time will be suddenly run out and no one will help him. So, an end of the Antichrist. And he shall plant the tabernacles in his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain, yet he shall come to his end and none shall help him. All right, continuing on in John. We really went through a lot of the stuff about the world the other day. Um, that was a good study. I didn't blow it on that one. Anyway, anyway, Father, it was an exhaustive study. I will that they also, who thou hast givest me, the church, of course, see yesterday's study, be with me where I am, and they may behold my glory, which thou hast given me. For thou lovest me before the foundation of the world. Everything is set before the foundation of the world. The sheep were chosen from before the foundation of the world. Before the earth was made, the sheep were chosen. That's Ephesians 1, 4, and 5. Everything's established before the foundation of the world. That's John 1, 1, along with the most important Bible verse in all the Word of God. Yes, there is one that is more important than all the others, and that is Isaiah 46:10. It tells you of God's sovereignty, declaring the end from the beginning, from ancient times to the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, I will do my pleasure. There is no man's free will. This is all about God's pleasure. He's declared the end from the beginning. That declares his sovereignty. That's why it's so important. And it's one simple Bible verse. It matches John 1, 1 through 3. That the Word was before anything was. Again, before the foundation of the world was Jesus, and Jesus was the Word. This all matches John 1, 1. Here we are saying it again at John 17. So it's quite fascinating, actually. And yes. Yes. All right. Anyway, O righteous Father, the world have not known thee. Again, the ungodly multitude that we were talking about previous study. We're not going to go back over that word cosmos again. But for God so loved the world, we did an exhaustive study of what that really meant. And that is the Greek word cosmos. And it just simply meant he loved his orderly arrangement of his sheep. See previous study. We did an exhaustive study on that, looking it up in the Greek. Actually, a couple days before we did also. So hopefully you're watching all these on a playlist. Anyway, O righteous Father, the world have not known thee, but I have known thee. Again, that's the ungodly multitude. And these have known that thou hast sent me. Talking about his apostles. And I have declared unto them, the apostles, thy name, and will declare it, that the love wherewith thou hast loved me may be in them and I in them. And of course, they go on in Acts of the Apostles and they have all of his powers. They just don't rise from the dead because they're humans. They're not God in the flesh. They will be risen, but they're able to perform all the miracles that Jesus did. They have that supernatural. Anytime you're living in the Bible in real time, the earth is supernatural. So a called sheep, theoretically, could have, if it be the will of the Lord, supernatural powers. When Jesus had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Cedron, where was a garden, into the which he entered, and his disciples and Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place, for Jesus oftentimes resorted there with his disciples. Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priest and the Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Jesus, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, because it's written into the script, because God's declared the end from the beginning, and that's why Jesus said, "Don't you know I got to follow the script? I got to do exactly what's written, because God's declared the end from the beginning. There's no free will. Not even Jesus in the flesh had any free will. He said, 'Not my will, Father, your will be done.'" That's how we're supposed to pray. God's not a magic genie that changes a thing. Everything has been declared before the earth was made. Jesus, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, "Whom seek ye?" They answered him, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus saith unto them, "I am he." And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.